Broadway, and I'll be doing the play-by-play for tonight's big game. Your roller superstars in action. Your roller game of the week. It's a world-famous world champion Los Angeles Thunderbirds and the New York Bombers with a score 46-41. The Bombers out in front at halftime. My regular broadcasting partners are not along with me tonight. They're on assignment. But I'm joined by Nancy Carroll and the owner of the Los Angeles Thunderbirds, Mr. Bill Griffiths. And Nancy, so great to have you with us here today.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to be here. And it's such a pleasure to be with you, Mr. Bill.
Uh-oh.
It's my Mr. Bill.
Oh, it's Saturday Night Live. Okay, I'll tell you, it's really nice to be here, Dick. Although it's raining cats and dogs outside, LA's been in the midst of a 3-day holocaust of rain. And I think there's more rain inside the building than there is outside.
I was going to say, it's raining inside as well as outside tonight.
But we got a great crowd on hand nonetheless. And at halftime, we had one of the greatest match races I've ever seen. Let me just briefly describe what happened. Darlene and
Debbie.
Debbie. Oh, all right, I'll be okay. Actually won the race. But something strange happened because Liz interfered. Can you imagine? Liz interfered in the race. Drove Georgia Haas wild. She says, nope, no way. I'm not going to give my contract for Darlene back over to the T-Birds. Only one way to settle this thing, and that is this coming Saturday night. Liz, if you're such a smart aleck, then you get on the track with those two girls. I'll get on the track with my two girls. The 6 of us will go at it. It'll be no time limit. Anything goes. Last girl standing is going to be the winner for the team. And then, if you T-Birds can win, I will agree to meet Darlene, and then it'll all be on the line. So Saturday night is a mighty important night.
Sounds like it's going to be the most critical match race of them all. You know, I was really surprised that Liz had interfered with that match race. Here, I thought it was all set, and where all the other girls had been coming in, and Georgia had interfered, and Liz was raising such a stink, she has gone and interfered, and it's up in the air again.
Nancy, I know you've not been watching the roller games too long, but hey, you're going to find that you got to fight fire with fire sometimes. Personally, I'm prejudiced as all get out, and I was delighted. So were all the fans.
Nancy, very quickly, why don't you tell them what happened with the T-Bird gals today? It was exciting.
We had the most tremendous day today with the T-Bird girls. They're beautiful girls. We had a photography session in which we photographed each of the girls in their uniforms and made up, and I knew they were attractive girls from the beginning, but they are beautiful girls.
Well, I'll tell you, they are beautiful. The most beautiful T-Bird girls team that we've ever had, and we've had some good ones. But I'll tell you, I have to take my hat off to Kaz Kurusu, who is known as Kaz of Hollywood. Fine photographer who just shoots all of the great starlets and celebrities. And Dick, he's so good that he would even make me look good.
Well, let me tell you, that's going to be something else. 6 gals on the track at the same time this Saturday night. In the meantime, we got a second half of action coming on, so hang on to your boots and don't get wet. Here we go. The referee has the gun and blows the whistle at the same time simultaneously. There's a score 46-43. The New York Bombers over the Los Angeles Thunderbirds. A 3-point differential with a 10-minute skating period come up, and here comes Donnie Young. She moves out of there immediately.
By the way, Dick, the Bombers disputed a couple of points there, so that's why the change of the score.
Okay, thank you very much. And here we go. Donnie Young knocks down Stephanie Garcia in a hurry. The Thunderbird colors, the white, the gold, and the green. And Donnie Young hailing from Compton, California. Back to block is number 41, Bridget DeShields. DeShields, the defensive specialist for this team, the New York Bombers, is a good one. Now, can Donnie Young get on by her? And Bridget DeShields point back to someone in there. I do not know who she's talking to. I guess the referee's yelling at her about something in there. She's holding her skate. Ah! She gets picked up by the skate and thrown in the penalty box. And Donnie Young on the move. And a beautiful block in the interior by Renee LeMaistre. And points picked up 5. A grand slam for the Thunderbirds. They go on in front 48-46.
Hey, Dick, you know, there's one thing about tonight's game that kind of saddens me, and that's the fact that the little giant, Ralphie Valadares, is not skating with the T-Birds. And the reason is, of course, as you know, Ralphie had his leg worked over something terrible the last few weeks. Oh, we got our slow-mo going. Notice, sorry about that.
Okay, here we see it on the replay there. Slow motion is Donnie Young approaching and doing some kind of number out there. Back to the action again.
We'll get back to Ralphie in a little bit, but he's actually in bad condition. I hope that his leg is going to be repaired very, very soon.
8 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here. And Vicky Stephanie, number 47, wearing the colors of the blue and gold here tonight. And Debbie Garland a good job for the Thunderbirds. The back of the pack, Debbie Heldon. Heldon wanting to block the back of the pack. She has to get by. Look out! Oh, look out! Georgia Haas. Haas coming in there causing all kinds of commotion. And it's Becky Steppy. Steppy by herself. The referee blow the whistle. Now we got Liz Hernandez. Georgia Haas going out the two of them. Look out! The commission representative going with Georgia Haas. It's going to be something else when they tangle Saturday night. Would you believe 6 of them all at the same time? And these two on their respective teams. And Mr. Griffith, Nancy Carroll, this is unbelievable, these gals.
This is absolutely incredible. These two have been going at it, and they're out here for blood, it seems almost. They're just really attacking each other.
Well, I'll tell you something, Nancy. My money is on Liz, Darlene, and Debbie on Saturday night because they've really just about had it clear up to here with all the abuse that Georgia Haas has been dishing out these past few weeks. I got to tell you, I may sound biased. I am biased, but that woman there is going to get her lumps this Saturday night.
I'm really worried about this race this Saturday night. Georgia has never challenged anyone like this before.
True.
And she is very strong.
Okay, back to the action here with the score 48-46. The Thunderbirds out in front, and it's Coley Morrell, the little gal from Glendale, California, originally from Australia. And
I'll tell you,
a happy gal.
I tell you, Dick, I still think that Liz is going to win.
Look at the beautiful skating moves. You got an excellent team here, the Los Angeles Thunderbirds, and they are really exciting team to see here at the Olympic Auditorium tonight. Everybody docked their boat out here, out in the parking lot, came and enjoyed the game here on a rain-soaked night here tonight. With the fans inside loving it, enjoying themselves on a Saturday night. Plenty of action here at the historic Olympic Auditorium. And look at Colleen! She goes right on through. She waves bye-bye. And the Thunderbird gal, the little gal, picks up 2 Thunderbird points.
You saw a great shot there, Nancy, of a couple of the great T-Bird fans in the stands, and look at those great signs. But, you know, I'm looking forward to going down to San Diego on Friday night, March the 14th, at the San Diego Sports Arena. They really got some great fans there.
We've got some wonderful stands there, and I always love the signs that they bring out. It's a beautiful city, and fans always bring such great signs and encourage the T-Birds to skate.
That was where that lady brought the sign down about Don Lastra and called him Chrome Dome.
Yes, it said Chrome Dome, go home.
All right, 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. 50-46 the score. The Thunderbirds out in front. It's pretty Patsy Delgado. Pico Rivera. Number 3, her customary jersey. And Patsy can do it all on the bank track. About 80 yards in circumference, as we've told you many times here. It's rough when you fall on the backside all night long, and Brenda Shields knows it. And that's why she just skates on by. Makes a good move, goes to the inside, and now she gets to the middle of the pack. She wants to go by Debbie Garvey. Gets by Coley Morrell. And Shields do it all. Meantime, we got all kinds of action on the far side of the track between Liz and Georgia. But look at this Brenda Shields. She can do it. And she'll show up. But look at Skinny Minnie Miller. She bangs the gal down hard. And we got a Donnybrook on the far side of the track. If our fine VIP video camera crew can pick it up between Liz and Georgia, we got a real fight going on over here on the far side of the track.
Well, that all happened so fast, no wonder the cameras didn't pick it up. But there was Liz and Georgia. You see Liz there now. She was Debbie. And they were just going hammer and tongue with Liz Hernandez there. Just too much. I tell you, Nancy, as good as Liz is, there's no way that this woman here, Georgia Haas, can beat her on Saturday night.
Georgia's got, like I said, Georgia's got something up her sleeve, and for all we know, she just may. I have a feeling that things just might turn around, and who knows? Perhaps Darlene will be not skating for the T-Birds.
Well,
I hope not.
I have faith. I really have faith. Darlene is going to be a T-Bird yet. You wait and see.
Well, besides all the action you're going to have in the big match race Saturday night, we're also going to see the Detroit Devils in town. They are an excellent team. That's Georgia Haas's team, and Coley Morrell is on the track right now. She'll be doing her fine customary job on Saturday night here at the Olympic Auditorium and gets points against those Devils as she wants to score now against this fine New York Bomber team. Good skater behind her, number 43, Stephanie Garcia. With 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, 51-50. The score the Bombers had in front is Brenda Shields picked up points in the last jam. Now it's up to Stephanie Garcia, number 43. Up in front of her is tough Vicky Steppy. Back to block the defensive special. Oh, good move by Skinny Minnie Miller, leaping up off her feet into the air and blocking down hard. And again, she knocks Stephanie Garcia. And the crowd love it here in the Olympic Auditorium. Look at it. Stephanie Garcia down. Now Stephanie down. Garcia down. Look at this Skinny Minnie Miller. Putting all the crowd to it. And she looks like the world champion Larry Holmes out there for no score. And Nancy Carroll, as you see a little thin gal like this, Skinny Minnie Miller 250 out there.
Oh, she's all muscle as it is. She doesn't need to weigh 250. She's so agile, so animated with all her movements and her strength and strength. That is one terrific.
You better believe they talk about good things coming in small packages. There's a living example of same. By the way, Gwen was talking today during the photographic session how she's looking forward to going to the Los Angeles Sports Arena next month, and that's going to be Saturday night, March 22nd.
That is a St. Patrick's Day special.
It's going to be a big super game, and it's going to be in honor of St. Patty's Day. And sure, Faith and Bigotta, you better all come down and have a wearing of the green.
I hope everybody wears green that night. That's right, green. And you better wear green. All right. Colleen Morrell, 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining, 51-50. The Bombers out in front by 1 point. Dick Holloway column for you, along with Mr. Bill Griffin, Nancy Carroll. And Colleen got decked there one time, but the gal's back up again. But number 47, Vicky Steppe, completely out by herself, way out in front. And Vicky Steppe always does a very excellent job. A veteran skater. There comes Georgia Austin. Look at she reverses though, and belts her own skater. Debbie Howell with a dive over. Here comes Luz Hernandez. Hernandez over there. Look at Georgia Austin. Immediately goes to the hair. Starts pulling her hair. And Georgia and Liz, along with 4 more gals, Mr. Rivers, Saturday night is going to be something else.
Yeah, here at the Olympic Auditorium, the fans will be turning out en masse because this isn't just an ordinary match race this Saturday night here at the Olympic, Dick. It's going to be a no time limit. No time limit. Anything goes. Last man standing.
Did you say no time limit?
No time limit. Last girl standing is going to be the winner. Now, will it be Liz here in the blue on the screen, or will it be Georgia in the red who's sitting down puffing at her hair?
51-50 the score. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining here in the fifth skating period. It's skinny mini Gwen Miller. Donnie Young after her to try to pull her up and get her lower. She gets a short whip, and here she goes. Oh, this is a rain-soaked night here at the Olympic Auditorium, but the great people are still here tonight. And cheer on the Thunderbirds. They love them. They're the world champions. And right now, here's one of the best. Skinny mini Gwen Miller. Look at her go. Can't she get by Brenda the Shield? She's got 43 seconds remaining. The clock continues to move here. Donnie Young up in front. Brenda the Shields in between. Sandwiched in between the two. And look at him jumping over that little good move to the inside. Yep, it was a little good move. Another little good move. Up to the high part of the track again. 27 seconds reversal. And skinny mini Gwen Miller can do it all. Up to Steppe. Gets by Steppe. Gets by another fine skater in there. And look at him go. By Cone. By Arzola doing it all. 14 seconds remaining. And skinny mini Gwen Miller picks up 4. Thunderbird points to the Thunderbirds out it was 54-51. Well, we're going to get a quick second to talk to Nancy Carroll, Darlene, and Debbie about the big match race this Saturday night here at the Olympic Auditorium. 6-gal match race.
That's going to be something to see, and I think it's coming up in just a moment. We're just waiting for the cue, and I think it's time to send it down trackside to Nancy Carroll.
Thank you, Dick. And here we've got both Darlene and Debbie. Darlene, this is going to be the most critical match race for you in your career, as well as for you, Debbie. How do you feel?
Well, excuse my bronchitis, but I really feel it's the most important match race I've done. I know with Debbie's help and with Liz's help, I know that we can win those two. All I want to do is get my match race with Georgia, because I know I can break her in two. I want to be on the T-Birds so bad.
Georgia's tough. How do you feel, Debbie?
Well, I look at it this way. No matter what happens, we're going to win this week so we can keep Darlene with us on the T-Birds permanently where she belongs.
All right.
We want Darlene with us.
I hope so. Well, this is it from trackside. Thank you. Back to you, Dick.
1969, the Aishau Valley, Vietnam. France.
I'm gonna save your life and you're gonna save mine.
Languille.
Loves this Camaro.
It's you.
Doc.
If you want to walk out of this place, you will listen to people who know.
In a place beyond reason, the only thing to fight for was each other. Hamburger Hill, a true story. Rated R.
Excitement's gonna catch ya. Star-studded movie magic. We make it so fantastic. Action, adventure, laughter. Drama and thrills you're after. Your favorite shows are playing on your only hometown station. 48, 48, WGTT. WGTV, 48, 48, the great entertainer.
With a score 54-51, the sixth skating period underway. Ralph Givaladares is not along with us here tonight as he has really been banged up. He still sits at 9,990 points, 10 shy of the magic 10,000 points. And people have been asking me all about Danny Riley. O'Reilly still has to lose more weight. But this young man right here, Sam the Man Washington, he can gain a few pounds. Eat a little spaghetti, a little lasagna, and Sam will be right there. 54-51 the score, 9 minutes and 33 seconds. That was an interesting interview with Nancy Carroll along with the two D's, Debbie and Darlene. It'll be some kind of match race Saturday night along with this. 9:24 remaining here in the sixth skating period. A strong men's team. And look at Sam Washington, he jumps over the top. Sammy Washington, he's got Kenny Saunders up in front. He scoots up by Saunders. And how many more is he going to get? Oh, look at Saunders right to the rail over the top. Oh, there was Saunders well over the rail. There was some pass. It was Darrell Davis. And Saunders after we get number 42. Because there was 3, 2, 1. And that's how. Let's do it for the line. And Darrell Davis, but 2 points for Sam the Man Washington.
Well, I'll tell you, Nancy was speaking earlier about the great photographic session this afternoon with the T-Bird girls. And one of the reasons is that we've got the T-Bird Confidential coming up, the new issue. By the way, we're going to have a replay in just a moment. Here it is. Okay, here's Sam the Man. Watch him do his leap. Fantastic, the way he leaps and clears. That man is so agile.
I'm amazed how look, isn't she beautiful? And with the pictures we got this afternoon, it was tremendous. You'll see more and more of these pretty girls coming by.
You're going to see him in the T-Bird Confidential magazine. By the way, any of the fans who want it, just go to your nearby bookstores or newsstand, and if they don't have it, tell them, hey, order it.
All right, you see a picture of Frankie Macedo in there. Not too many of this man, number 43. That's right. Number 43 in there, Ralph Velez. But he's doing it right now for the New York Bomber team with a score 56-51. The Thunderbirds out in front by 5 points. And as he talks about that T-Bird Confidential magazine, there's a great shot there of Ronnie Psycho Rain. And the Psycho, he has to work as a defensive specialist right now for this team. Psycho, along with James Scott, Frankie Macedo. Strong team here this evening for the Thunderbirds. Jerry Ruiz and Ray Robles. But right now, the big tall man behind him, number 47, Gerald Griggs. And Frankie Macedo picks up 2 Thunderbird points. The New York Bombers. Frankie Macedo, as we see some of the great fans here at the Olympic Auditorium.
The fans are absolutely tremendous, and we find that they are bringing signs and very supportive of the team tonight. Few with the rain, but they are so excited.
Nancy, we're going to have to take a brief time out here to pause down the network line. We've got a commercial coming up, so I know your question. I want to talk about it when we come back.
Everywhere you look, products are packaged for value and convenience. It's true of donuts, bars of soap, cases of soda. Even long distance has been packaged for value and convenience. With AT&T's Reach Out America plan. It gives you long distance by the hour, not by the mile. Just phone 1-800-431-0500 to get an hour of AT&T calls every month, all across the country, to any other state, all for our lowest price ever, just $8. You can call as far as Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, even Alaska. They're all packed into Reach Out America. So are your faraway friends and family. And you can talk to them all every month if you're willing to spend just $8. There's just one thing to remember. In order to get an hour of calls every month, all across the country for just $8, you have to call during the plan's hours. But that's the easy part, because the plan is packed with hours. You get all day Saturday and Sunday until 5 p.m. So while you're relaxing on the weekend, you can relax on the phone. You can even call every night starting as early as 10 p.m. You can use your hour any way you like, and extra hours cost even less. It's all packed into Reach Out America, and it can be yours if you phone 1-800-431-0500. Do it now to get an hour of AT&T calls every month all across the country for our lowest price ever, just $8. There's even a way to get a 15% discount on calls as early as 5 p.m. To order the plan that could help your long-distance dollars go farther, call toll-free 1-800-431-0500. That's 1-800-431-0500.
I'd like to order AT&T's Reach Out America.
Call now and enroll in AT&T's Reach Out America, the long-distance plan that's packed with value and convenience.
56-53, the Thunderbirds out in front by 3. This is the 6th skating period. 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Ted off the back of the pack. The cycle belted one time. Ronnie cycle race from Glendale, California, gets belted this time in the back by Ted Baron. But look out, somebody's going after him now. Number 42, but he kicks his own skater. And oh, high. He belts into the cycle, loves it. The cycle, he's got all the moves. Here comes Saunders back at him. He bites it. And Ronnie's cycle range is one of a kind. Now what's he going to go bike right? No, he's going to go motorbike riding out there. Look at him. Oh, here he goes. A wild one. Mr. Griffith, where did you ever find this young man at anyway?
I didn't find him. He just came out, I think, from underneath the cabbage leaf or something like that. Let's take a look at this, Nancy, here. Look at this great sidestep by Ronnie.
That was a quick move on Psycho's part. Right out of the way.
He looked mesmerized over there. Ted Baron, he was so shocked when he saw the man in the air. He's too scared to move, it looked like.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what you'd call that. That wouldn't be a great defensive play necessarily because he didn't do anything. He just stepped aside. But that's quick thinking, and that's why Ronnie is so great.
All right, it's Frankie Macedo with a score of 56-53. He hails from the Valley. He's so proud of that young son of his, Frankie Jr. And look out as Frankie Macedo on the move. 4:55 remaining here in the 6th skating period. The zipper, Frankie Macedo. He's had a fine skating night here tonight. The Olympic Auditorium, the historic Olympic Auditorium. They've had Muhammad Ali fight here. You remember Gorgeous George? Wild Red Berry, they've all been here. Andre the Giant, the Olympic Auditorium. All the freeways meet here. Bring your boat here. Oh, look out! Kenny Saunders, he belted. Great move by number 43 coming out of late chase. Rolf Velez leaped up in the air and knocked Macedo down for a second time. Now Velez, the leading jammer, he's got the jamming helmet on and belts the cycle to the back of the leg. Now, running interference was Kenny Saunders, belt to the side, and it's Velez. Goes by Graves. He goes by number 41, Mark Bryant, the big tall man in there. Up to Frankie Macedo one more time as you run out of time here. Belts it one time, Frankie reverses, he pops over like a head and knocks him down. He didn't like what he took earlier here. But the man picked up 4 points. And now they're front to the Bombers, 57-56.
You know, Mr. Bill, the skaters are skating awfully hard, yet it seems as though the game is moving rather slowly.
Well,
why is that?
Well, I'll tell you, Nance, as we mentioned earlier about the terrible rainstorms we've had in Los Angeles the last 3 days, and no building has been able to withstand it. Houses have slid down mountainsides, and the Olympic Auditorium is suffering a few cracks at the seams. And there's a lot of rain on that track tonight. In fact, it was quite wet before the game started.
I can even see the rain.
Yeah, well, what happens, you see, is when the masonite gets wet, it gets sort of soggy, and this means it becomes a slow track. It applies to everybody, I think, except running range.
Yeah, well, they're working twice as hard trying to keep that pace up.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the track down at San Diego next month on the 14th, that's a Friday night, March 14th, that's not going to be slow at all. And, boy, what a great game that's going to be. I'm really looking forward to that one, Dick.
All right, like you say, rains on the outside, rains on the inside. But right now, it's Darrell Davis, number 46, in the blue and gold. Darrell Davis, this young man is an excellent skater. I haven't seen him skate too much, but he does a good job when he's on the track. He's continually moving out there, and that's what you got to do. But look at Sam Washington, goes right on by him, up to Kenny Saunders. Saunders bill him one time, hits him again with the elbow, but not too hard, just enough to keep him back. But look at the cycle, working on Darrell Davis. He will completely take care of him, I'm sure, with a hip check in there, but number 42, but cycle takes care of Kenny Saunders. But Saunders back again, very agile, quick young man, but Davis back again. As I said, he's a fierce competitor. Sam Washington from Los Angeles High School back again. The Thunderbirds down by 1. But now, who picked up the scoring in there? 1 point for the New York Bombers, picked up very ably by Darrell Davis, and they have a strong team, Mr. Griffith.
Yes, they do. The Bombers, I felt, would be one of the main threats against the T-Bird this year. And yet, I'm pleased to say that despite the Bombers, the Texas Outlaws, Detroit Devils, you name them, T-Birds, did you know we're still undefeated in regular season play?
Still undefeated.
That's right.
That's incredible. That's incredible. They work so hard, and the other teams are such a challenge, too. That's great. Hey, They're strong.
And something else, Dick, that makes me feel very proud is the fact that the T-Birds have maintained this pace without the aid of the big redhead Danny Briley and with an injured Ralphie Valadares.
All right, they got the likes of the great substitutes in there. They're now first stringers in there this evening. Jerry Ruiz, young man of Latin descent, an excellent competitor. Jerry Ruiz, that's R-U-I-Z. Good competitor. Picking up, wait a minute now, the referee has signified that the Bomber skaters shot on through and picked up 4 quick ones in there. Ruiz turned the shoulder one way, and Saunders picked up 4 quick points. And as I said, a very strong team.
Well, maybe I spoke too soon about the T-Birds being undefeated, because at this point, we're 4 points down in the game, although I still got a lot of confidence. And I'll tell you, I have even more confidence in Darlene and Debbie and Liz Hernandez this Saturday night at the Olympic Auditorium when they engage the mighty trio of Georgia Haas, Vicky Steppe, and Jazzy Jenny in that tremendous, no time limit, anything goes, last girl standing match race at halftime. Nancy, that's one you got to see. Everybody got to see.
Everybody's got to see it. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Frank Macedo back on the action once again. Frank Macedo with 34 seconds remaining. The Thunderbirds down by 4, 61 to 57. You see the gals talking over to the New York Bomber team. It's up to Macedo. He's got help now. He's got Ronnie Cycle Reigns in back of the pack. But looks like the Bombers are trying to skid away. Bryant, Saunders, Velez, Morrow, Davis, Graves. They're all over the move. And here comes Frank Macedo. They get an atomic whip in there. One by one. And the Cycle picking them off. He sends one out to the docks. What's he going to do with the young man up in front? Oh, look at him. Missed him. And he's still got a balance. Went flying over the side. And Frank Macedo, the Thunderbird that he is, picks up 7. Thunderbird points Mobile high.
Oh, what a great finale to that period. But I've just been advised by our assistant director, pretty, redheaded, my girl, Kate, you got to get off and we're going to do a commercial. Maybe pick up a couple of bucks. So let's stop down the VIP network line, and we'll be right back.
Woodworkers like myself know that the Shopsmith Mark V is the right tool for almost any home workshop job. Precise miter cuts for frames or molding. The Mark V is a 10-inch table saw. Sanding to equal lengths. The Mark V is a 12-inch disc sander. An exact line of dowel joints. The Mark V is a horizontal boring machine. Turning a table leg. The Mark V is a 34-inch wood lathe. Dead center spindle holes. The Mark V is a 16.5-inch vertical drill press. The Shopsmith Mark V is 5 basic woodworking tools in one complete woodworking system. You know, these days, keeping your home in good woodworking order is a necessity. And take it from a woodworker like me. The Shopsmith Mark V can help you work better.
Beginners and pros get professional woodworking results with the Mark V. Call 1-800-228-1500. Ask for a free brochure or videotape on the Shopsmith Mark V. Call 1-800-228-1500 now and find out how relaxing, fun, and rewarding woodworking can be for you.
64 to 61 the score. The Thunderbirds out in front by 3. This is 7th skating period. Been an excellent game here. The historic Olympic Auditorium on a rainy night. But these fans at the Olympic Auditorium are fantastic. No wonder they have up people here. Up crowd, up team. No wonder they're the world champions, the Los Angeles Thunderbirds. Loaded for bear with some of the greatest looking gals you'll ever want to see. And we'll show them to you every chance we get because they're good looking. And you people deserve the best. 64 to 61. Here's one of Colleen Morrell, mother of 3, and she can do it all out there. Colleen Morrell. And look at her belt down, Stephanie Garcia, the little gal. One of the 3 skaters that only weigh under 100 pounds. Just went to the high part of the track, but showing the dancing moves, and she just gets right on through. Colleen Morrell in 4 points. Mr. Griffith, you have to be proud of some of the little cute little gals you got on that track.
Hey, I'm proud of every one of them. And Colleen, you know, ever since she came from Sydney, Australia, she's just been a delight. Absolutely great. It's just sad to note that Darlene is not out on the track tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was looking for her earlier, and she seems to have left. She's suffering from a severe case of bronchitis. And has been skating nonetheless, skated the match race, but has not been able to skate the game.
Well, Darlene really was terribly ill tonight. And the only thing she was able to do was skate the match race. She shouldn't have even done that, but I got to say, she's got guts. As
There's such pretty ones, too.
I understand she had over 100-degree temperature tonight during the match race. That's just amazing that she showed up tonight.
No, she's got to go home, and she's resting, and she's got to be ready for this Saturday night. I hope she feels well.
I hope she gets her strength back in time for that match race, because she's going to need it all.
Here's the gal now. I think the key to the match race right here, Debbie Hellman. As she moves out, as this gal says, I'm enjoying the action. I like the camera, too. Hello.
Great fan. Richard, I'll tell you, I love every one of those fans. They are the greatest, and that's because the T-Birds are the greatest, and I don't care who knows it. I'm biased, I'm prejudiced. They're the best, but that's because we have the best who come to see them.
And those two of you wearing green, but here comes Georgia, and Georgia grabs Debbie, but here comes Liz. And that's what I like to see, teamwork, fire with fire.
That we're going to see more of that this Saturday night during the match race. I think that's going to be a tremendous match race with these two going at it. Just going at it now.
Nancy, to use an expression I constantly overuse, you ain't seen nothing yet. Can you imagine these in a no-time limit? I mean, right now they've got Don Laster there to separate them. But this Saturday night at the Olympic Auditorium, Liz and Georgia, plus Debbie, Darlene, Vicky Steffi, and Jazzy Jenny, 6 of them are going to be going at it. At halftime, there will be no referee.
There'll be nobody.
There'll be nobody.
I understand that Georgia has agreed that this definitely is it.
Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
Either she wins or she loses this one, and it's got to be the all-timer.
Well, what it means is that Georgia finally has been pinned down, or should I be more formal and say Mrs. Haas has been pinned down. She was so, and this is why I like what Liz did tonight. She so infuriated Mrs. Haas that Georgia was not able to contain herself, and she made what I think was a stupid deal. She agreed that if the T-Birds and Liz can beat her trio Saturday night, she will then agree to put it all on the line in a match race against Darlene Langlois de la Chapelle. That's why Saturday night is so important.
And we shall see the outcome of this one, too, this Saturday night at the Olympic Auditorium.
68-63 the score with 6:30 remaining here in the 7th skating period is Stephanie Garcia, number 43, on the move for the blue and gold. The Big Apple, New York, Bomber team. And somebody gets out there, number 4, Debbie Garvey. Another one of the fine, good-looking gals that's on the making this gal can skate, too. It's just about her 3rd year of skating, and she goes, she had done through, not yet. Somebody needs some help. And all 3 of them, they pull her up. Look out. It's Debbie Garvey.
Right under her
points Nancy. This has got to be some kind of cute gal out here.
She's adorable. She has the prettiest eyes. So I was working with her this afternoon. I noticed how nice it was to work with her facial structure.
You know what I like is Debbie Garvey. She has such refinement. She is a lady class. You better believe it. That's not to take anything away from the rest of the T-Birds because they all got class. But we were looking at Debbie Garvey, and I just had to tell you that, boy, she's a sweetheart, a real lady. And by the way, she's going to be wearing the green at the Los Angeles Sports Arena on Saturday night, March 22nd, which is the big St. Patrick's Day celebration.
Oh, that's one of my favorite holidays, St. Patrick's Day.
That young man's going to be there, too, I bet you.
I bet you he will be.
Okay, Debbie Hellman. And right behind her is Vicky Steffi. 2 of the 6 are going to be in it this Saturday. Now she's going to bottle up and look out. She's trying to slip out of it. Debbie Hellman there. She's got her from the backside. Got her half down from Georgia Haas. Haas strapped it out. But here comes Liz to the rescue. Liz up after. Down to the end of the 2 fighting to go to the infield again. And these 2, they just getting at it, getting at it, getting at it. They'd be fighting all the way through Saturday night.
Well, excuse me, Liz. I'm sorry, I stepped on your lines. That's unforgivable.
What are these doing, Nancy? I can't believe it. And the man in between the referees getting the worst of it right now.
I know. I've said Chrome Dome is better not to be home that evening. You can work, all the help we can get.
I'll tell you something. I think it's lucky for Don Lastra that he is not going to be in the infield on Saturday night because when those 6 girls start tangling with each other, they're just liable to take that bald head of his and grind it up into a hamburger.
Well, I hope that people bring out plenty of signs Saturday night in support of Liz on this track, along with the 2 Ds, Debbie and Darlene, because they need all the support they get. tell you, I hate to say it, but I think they're going to have a little trouble.
Well, look, let me just say this quickly before the jam gets underway. This Saturday night, I hope that every fan comes down, and I hope everybody brings a go-go sign for Debbie, Darlene, and Liz. They're going to need all the help they can get.
All right, 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here. 72-67 the score. As the clock ticks away, we're going to be having a great interview coming up very shortly with Nancy Carroll, but right now the score is 72-67 to Stephanie Garcia. Garcia, the jammer of the moment here for the New York Palmer team. Back is Donnie Young. Back is Skinny Minnie with Miller. She belts her one time. The Shields gets belted. The two pat hands together. Little soul chop in there. Back again. And pat hands again. Top zero again. Down goes Garcia. Down goes the Shield. They slow clap again. Down they go in. A rippity dip dip dip. Look at it. Whoa! Olympic leader. Misses her. But catches her on the side just enough to take her down for no score. And Skinny Minnie Good Miller and Donnie Young. You have to be proud of these two gals.
Those are two sensational girls. I mean to say, the fans, and I have to admit, and it's well understandable, they are not as large in attendance tonight as they normally would be, thanks to all of these heavy rains. But I think somebody's calling for an interview, but it's not coming up till the end of the period. So I think what I'm going to have to do about Kate, Richard, is to take her over my knee and spank her. But have you ever seen Kate?
She's a pretty gal.
I'd love to do it. And when my wife is listening, I'm only kidding.
72-67 the score as Nancy Carroll has worked her way downside, trackside for an interview at the end of this period with 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. We've still got plenty of action remaining on the track, and we want to say a special hello to Thunderbirds to Dorothy Fearing out there in Arcadia, California. Young lady, some 80 years young, enjoying the Thunderbirds, but right now not what she's seeing is number 41 shoots on through Brendan the Shields, picking up 4 points, and look at Debbie Garvey.
You know, I was talking about how refined she is, and you know, this is the greatest thing. I don't care how much refinement anybody has. When they get angry and they're pushed just too far, something snaps. And I just love her fire. There is a real lady in every sense of the world, and she can deliver a 10-ton haymaker and level whoever is on the other end of it.
I don't know if you noticed tonight, but they've got a little luck charm. She's got a green little piece around her neck. Yeah. Some of the gals got a little yellow piece, and they're always doing that little extra touch to make it look real presentable out there. That's what I like about them.
Dick, they are fine. They're my girls.
Okay, who is it now? Debbie Helen. Helen and that's one of the gals. Saturday night, we're going out along with Vicky Steppy, Jazzy, Jenny, Liz, Georgia. It's going to be something else. And once again, here comes Georgia, but she ducks this time. Hits her own skater. Vicky Steppy right in the chest, and she doesn't like it one bit. 54 seconds remaining. Here comes Debbie. Debbie needs some help. Somebody got to pull her through. A good move. Patsy pulls her. Now, Colleen pulls her. Gets by Garcia. She took a lunge for Mister. Up to Brendan the Shields. The Shields, she'll get her. The Shields is a strong competitor there. It's going to take a lot to get on by her, but she gets on by her, but the Shields have her. The Shields, good move by Debbie. Excellent move to the inside with 29 seconds remaining. Picking up 5. Thunderbird points by Debbie Helen. Debbie Helen looking very, very strong here in the waning moments of the 7th skating period. There's 18 seconds remaining. Remind you, we have 1 more second here. This Saturday night, it is going to be some kind of match race. 6 skaters on the track at the same time. Jenny, Jazzy Jenny, Vicky Steppy. They're all going to have. But right now, we're going to have an interview coming up. And this Saturday night, the Olympic Auditorium, Nancy Carroll, Liz Hernandez.
And here we have Liz Hernandez. And Liz, this is going to be the most important match race of your life this Saturday night. How do you feel?
Well, Nancy, let me tell you something. I am worried right now because Georgia Haas has never, ever challenged anybody to a match race. But I have confidence because I have 2 great skaters skating with me. And I know we can do it. And one thing, Darlene will stay in the T-Birds one way or another.
I hope so. And that's it from trackside. And now, back to you, Dick.
Okay, we'll be back in just a moment.
Look fast, because the hands on this watch are about to disappear. Now, look again. And they're back. Why do these hands disappear? Because they're not really hands at all. They're actually electronic, pulses of light. Introducing the amazing laser beam wristwatch. Destined to become a legend in its own time, we believe it will soon be one of the most sought-after watches in history. However, as part of a special publicity campaign, we will send you one of these amazing new laser beam luxury watches. Not for the hundreds of dollars you might expect, but for only $10. Yes, that's right. We will actually send you a revolutionary laser beam watch for only $10. They will not be sold at this price by the company in any store. Your laser beam watch is 100% computer driven, so powerful it never needs winding, and accurate to within seconds per month. And its mysterious, disappearing hands attract so much attention, you may find complete strangers striking up a conversation just to get a closer look. But to get your amazing laser beam wristwatch for only $10, you must act now. If you call within the next 30 minutes, you can order a second laser beam watch for only $5, just half price.
To order, call 1-800-453-1400. 1-800-453-1400. That's 1-800-453-1400.
Hello, I'm Deborah Crable, host of the Ebony Jet Showcase. I'm here at A&T State University in North Carolina. A&T is a university that focuses on excellence and is truly an exciting urban campus. A&T State University offers over 60 undergraduate majors and a nationally accredited graduate program. A&T State University is where dreamers become achievers, from astronauts to presidents. For more information, call 334-7946.
The referee, Tom Laster, blows the whistle for the start of the 8th and final skating period. 10-minute period coming up with a score 77-71. And it's so good to hear Liz Hernandez. She is ready, and she said, Darlene, we'll be skating with the Thunderbirds. We're not going to lose the match race, but we'll find out this Saturday night.
It's going to be a fateful Saturday night. I tell you, everything hangs in the balance. Got to win, Dick. Got to win.
All right, that was the voice of Mr. Bill Davis, the owner of the Los Angeles Thunderbirds, and he's very, very confident. I wish I could be that confident. Well, in the meantime, we got a strong 8th skating period coming up, I'm sure, with a score 77-71. A cold, wet, and rainy night here at the Olympic Auditorium, but the fans are up to it, and they're loving it here as they're watching the lights of Sam the Man of Washington. This is some kind of excellent skater. A great athlete, Sam Washington, picks up 2 Thunderbird points, and Sam is doing it all here tonight.
He sure is, and Sam is such a he's a great crowd pleaser. You know, that's the thing I like about him, and it's the gyrations and antics of people like Sam Washington who attract the fans to bring down signs that say, go get him, Sam, or Sam the Man, and there's some excellent signs that appear here at the Olympic Auditorium. And I tell you something else, Dick, I can say that maybe you and Jim McInerney and Hoppy couldn't say it, but at least the signs that come to the Olympic Auditorium are prepared by the fans themselves. They're not pre-manufactured by any network or anything like that, as you'll see. There's one. Now, let me ask you, where would you get that? Where would you get that sign manufactured? That is a labor of love, and I love the man who labored.
Go, T-Birds, go. All right, 80-71 to score. The Thunderbirds on the move. They got a nice lead, a 9-point lead, but can they hold it? This young man says no, and his name is Darrell Davis. Darrell Davis, number 46. He's short in stature, but he's a good skater and a fine young man. Darrell Davis, after it was Frankie Massino, a man of his own side, have been over the bike track for many, many years. Can Massino stop him? It looks like Darrell Davis is going to get on through. Darrell Davis, he'd like to bring up points for Larry of Upland. Big Larry's here tonight of Upland. And right now it's Darrell Davis. Darrell Davis from the Big Apple, New York. The Bombers. And Massino, what's he going to do? Throw the penalty box to the rail into someone? Nope, he throws it into the cycle, and the cycle belts him. But the young man picks up 7 points in a hurry, 80-78, and immediately catch up with this guy.
There goes the cycle again. You know, Dick, you were talking about Davis hailing from the Big Apple, New York. I was also just reminiscing of the fact that Debbie Heldon hailed from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, and it was about 5 years ago that I met Debbie for the first time back in Philadelphia. She was attracted to the T-Birds that were in town skating against the Philadelphia Warriors, and there you go, those great signs again, huh? And I
was just so attracted by Debbie. She was not really a natural skater, but she had such determination and fire and drive that she just said, I'm going to do it. And I said, okay, you get the chance. And look at her today, leading the team.
All right, it's Ralph Velez, number 43. Velez on the move. A rain night here in Eaton, Georgia. It's here at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles, California. And right now, it's Frankie Macedo up front, Velez right behind him. And what's Macedo going to do? He gets grabbed, sent to the rail by Velez. Velez is a good, rough, tough cookie out there. He does it, and he gets help. Kitty Saunders, but back to take care of now is the Psycho. Ronnie Psycho Rage, and he grabs the Psycho by the face. He's asking for trouble. The Psycho gets back in. He rips in the eyes of Ronnie Psycho Rage. The young man using the tactic once used by Ronnie Rage. But Macedo must work on him. He grabbed him. He ruffled his hair a little bit in there. And Velez been roughed up by Frankie Macedo. Macedo takes him down. Velez down again. Goes back at him again in there. And Marks at him, continually going at him. Well, I understand we're going to have a fine interview coming up here. Remember, it's going to be the big match race this Saturday night at the Olympic Auditorium. And one of the combatants in the match race will be Georgia Haas, and she's trackside with Nancy Carroll.
Yes, Dick, and here I have Georgia Haas. Georgia, this is the most critical match race for you. How do you feel?
How do I feel? What a question. This little snip, Darlene, she will be annihilated. There will be no more. She'll wish she was back on the Devils with me. Liz and Debbie will end up being suspended, and I will end up being victorious. That's all I have to say to the likes of you. Nothing more.
There you have it from Georgia. That's it at trackside. Back to you, Dick.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute.
Panel introduced original sweats over 60 years ago. Today, basic gray has gotten livelier as people have. And right now, Panel sweats in brilliant colors are on sale at Rose's. Little boys and girls sweatpants and shirts are just $3.96 each. Bigger kids only $4.96. Even bigger kids' sweats are on sale too, and they're all guaranteed for a full year. So come to Rose's for color on your body and green in your pocket. Rose's, the best place for the best price. Sale lasts through Saturday.
You have to start early to have healthy teeth. That's because even baby teeth are important. If problems with baby teeth go unrecognized or untreated, the permanent teeth can be seriously affected. Most dental problems can be prevented through a combination of proper care at home, regular brushing and flossing, and regular checkups by the child's dentist. Today's children can be cavity-free. Take good care of your child's smile.
4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining, and George Haas, she said Georgia Haas will be back on the Devils. Whoa, look at Sam Washington goes flying through the air with the greatest of ease. And belts the young man out of here. But 6 big points picked up by the Bombers. So while we have a moment here, we neglected to tell you, fine folks, on Friday night, March the 14th in San Diego, there's going to be a big, big match race that night.
Yes, there is, but right now, let's stay on the monitor here, because Sam is, you know, you'd think he was the one who was going to be having that big anything goes, fight to the finish, last man standing race this Saturday night, instead of Georgia and Liz backed up with the other 4 great skaters, Debbie and Darlene for the T-Birds, and then, of course, Vicky Steppe and Jazzy Jenny joining teams with Georgia Haas. But I'll tell you, Nancy says she's worried.
And I am worried.
Well, Liz said she was worried in the interview, if you noticed.
Yeah, Liz is quite concerned about the match race in itself, but Georgia seems to have total confidence.
Yeah,
I spoke with her briefly. She is out for blood, practically.
Well, she is one determined gal, and I won't say that I'm overconfident, but I will say, Nancy, Dick, we're gonna win Saturday night, and you can hear it to find out for yourself.
I'll be here.
Let's worry about the win right now. The Thunderbirds are still undefeated in regular season action, but right now they're down by by 5 of the leading jammers, the New York Bombers. It looks bleak for the Thunderbirds. Will they be defeated here with 2:41 remaining? Kenny Saunders out in front, and Saunders can do a good job out there. The Thunderbirds need some help.
Saunders is a fine skater, Dick.
You better believe that young man's good. And look at him. Oh, look at him. Almost lost his balance, but he recovered and back after the cycle. The cycle after him. Saunders down this time. The man up in front neglected to give him some help in there, and he couldn't do it by himself. And Ronnie Segel-Rain stops Kenny Saunders this time with 2:15 remaining. 85-80 to score. The Bombers out in front by 5.
Nancy, I'm going to give you one last chance to redeem yourself. You admit that this Saturday night at the Olympic Auditorium, Liz, Darlene, and Debbie are going to win. You must keep saying over and over again. Repeat to yourself, they will win.
They will win. They will win. They will win. I hope so. I hope so. I'm behind 100%. I don't trust Georgia. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Well, hey, there's nothing unusual about that. Who does?
You two are talking about don't trust Georgia. What about Jazzy Jenny and Vicky Steppe? They're no slouches now.
Well, this is the problem. When Georgia comes on the scene, she so dominates it that you don't stop to remember about Jazzy Jenny and Vicky Steppe, hey, you're right. They are great.
All right,
but they're still going to lose.
1 minute, 23 seconds remaining. Whatever you say, boss. 85-80 to score. 1:18 remaining. Mr. Holloway.
You can call me Mr. Bill.
That's Mr. Bill and Nancy Carroll. 1:12 remaining here. The crowd yelling, go, go, go. They're warming up now. The raindrops have stopped falling on their head. And here we go. 85.
Come on, we're 5 points down. We're 5 points down. Come on,
they better do it now. I hope they got that a replay. Hey. That was unbelievable. It's Sam Washington. The cycle sent the young man all the way up in the air and over the top.
Okay.
Pick up time and tie that up.
Gosh, I hope. All right. Well, I'll tell you, when it comes to clutch playing, Sam the man is the man. And it's now 85-85. We got 38 seconds, 37 seconds, 36 seconds left for the T-Birds to pull it out and maintain their unbeaten streak in this season. Can they do it, Dick? Tell us.
We'll find out very shortly, and I hope he almost brought rain. You believe it when he sent him up so high? Go, T-Birds, go. Almost like, go, let's go. 22 seconds to go. This score's tied up 85-85. There goes Mike Amicino. He got the last on the inside. Ralph Velez, number 43, on the high part of the track. That one was the world champion. Here's Chris Appeal. One apiece, 12 seconds to go. 11 seconds to go. The clock's ticking away. Down under 10. Down to 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Here he goes. He's got it. The Thunderbirds pull out a squeaker here on a rainy night. So let's just take another drive. You hang on. We're going to be right back.
Announcing the winners in the fight to lose weight.
My girlfriend introduced me to the grapefruit herbal diet.
Well, a great team effort here tonight as the Thunderbirds defeat the New York Bombers 94-89. Nancy, great team effort.
Hey, I thought it was a tremendous game. Exciting. Really exciting. You know, Dick, every game you always ask me, which is the most valuable player?
Right.
Well, this time I want to know if it's all right if I elect the entire T-Bird team. I would ask Mr. Bill. Except he is prejudiced. I know that. I know he's prejudiced. So I want to know if it's officially all right.
It's okay with me, Nancy. You know that.
Okay.
And you're not going to get any argument from me either.
Okay, then I elect the entire T-Bird team as the most valuable player.
Okay. All right, here. It was a good game. It really was a good game. And the match race was good. But this Saturday night, that match race is going to be nothing short of sensational because you're going to have the 6 girls out there, Liz and Georgia Haas going against each other. You're going to have Debbie and Darlene with Liz. You're going to have Vicky Steppe and Jazzy Jenny with Georgia. I mean, you talk about a battle of giants. 6 of them. No time limit. Nobody in the infield. Anything goes. Last girl standing wins for the team. And one thing, I make a prediction. T-Bird win. And I'm not prejudiced.
How about your sign? What's that sign?
Oh, well, one of the fans gave this to me. You talk about some of the great signs. I think that says it all.
Georgia Haas, a poker face.
Poker face. It's poker face. Poker face.
Poker. Oh, that's right. And this Saturday night here at the Olympic Auditorium is going to be great. We're going to have the two Ds, Debbie and Darlene, along with Liz Hernandez, going against Georgia Haas, Jazzy Jenny, and Vicky Steppe. The Olympic Auditorium, and hopefully no rain this Saturday night. Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.
Tomorrow night at 9, Jennifer O'Neill is a beautiful Southern belle who fights for her family's home and for the man she loves. Don't miss Love, Savage Fury tomorrow night at 9 on The Great Entertainer, TV 48, WGGT.